I'm Wendy Veach, the Director of Outreach Programming at the Center for Entrepreneurship at Wichita State University. We work across the state with multiple businesses and rural communities with our Growing Rural Business program. We are in partnership with Network Kansas and the local economic development agencies across the state. We're very proud of this program, and we wanted to show you the results and the difference that this program makes.
I'm Lori Huber, the Director of the Clay County Economic Development Group, and recently we had the Growing Rural Business program put on by the Wichita State University here locally. And it was a great program for our local entrepreneurs. They got to have this one-on-one, face-to-face training locally. They didn't have to drive long distance for it or anything. One of our participants even said that the legal class alone was worth the cost of the entire 11-week session. So it was a really great program for them. Not only did they get the education portion of it, but they also got the networking from visiting with the other entrepreneurs, the other business owners, and they've formed a great group that's continuing to meet and plan on continuing to meet in future classes as well. So great knowledge and networking opportunity.
My name is Katie Wenzel. I'm a small business owner. I've just been in business for over 4 years. So I'm kind of new at this. One of the greatest takeaways I got from the Growing Rural Business was how to use that to my advantage. A lot of times I struggled with being taken seriously as a young business owner, and I learned things that made a tangible impact on how I talk to people, and I now have been able to grow my business and to serve different ages and not only be taken seriously, but they want to do business with me because of the things I've learned from this Growing Rural Business class. Another important aspect that we learned right off the bat was how to work on your business and not just in your business. Now, something that may sound kind of confusing, but it kind of pulls you away from the daily tasks, from the daily ins and outs that we so often get caught up into, and rather focus on how your business is actually performing and ways to enhance that and ways to grow your business instead of just being caught up in those daily tasks.
My name is Renee Langvar, and I own Total Addiction here in Clay Center, and I recently went through the Growing Rural Business class that Clay County Economic Development Group was able to host through Wichita State University and the Center for Entrepreneurship. And I cannot say enough good things about this class. It absolutely transformed the way that I think about my business. It helped me understand what I want my business to be, how I want to relate to my customers, so many different aspects. Absolutely every single week of this class, I was able to take applicable information and put it straight into my store the very next day. And I was able to see direct results from making those changes to my business. One example with one of the marketing classes that we went through was making personal connections with your customers and understanding their needs at a personal level. And one of the things that we implemented was sending out thank you cards to people after they would come in and make purchases. And the coolest thing that we saw from making that one small change was that people would come back into the store with the postcard either curled up or folded into their purse or pocket or whatnot, and they were flabbergasted that we actually took the time to write them a note. And the amount of gratitude for being appreciated for their business was overwhelming. And I know that that was one step that we did that has made a humongous positive impact on our business. We've implemented mailing lists as a way to use marketing from a free perspective, and that has made a positive change. And even from some of the legal classes that were offered through the program has helped me from just running my business better. The opportunity to take this class has absolutely transformed the way that I think. It has revived me. I feel in so much more control of my business, and I learned stuff about myself that I didn't even realize that I wanted to do with my business. So if you have the opportunity to take this class, if it's coming near you, I urge you to not think twice about enrolling in it because it will absolutely change the way that you think and make your business so much better.
Well, I might just mention that I'm Steve McMahon. I'm one of the co-owners of Central Office Service and Supply here in Clay Center. And I just celebrated my 41st year as being involved with this business. And I also was one who was very much appreciative of the Growing Rural Business program. This was an excellent opportunity for people of all experience levels to learn a lot about what it means to be in business. And I think that I probably had by far the longest tenure in business as anybody that was in the class. But I went to each class expecting to learn something new. And there was never a night that went by but what I didn't find several things that I felt were helpful. Of course, our industry is one where change is the norm. We have to change, otherwise we can't stay in business. But there are a lot of other businesses that just tend to be status quo, and the classes really help to push us out of our comfort zone. And even there's always that danger that I find myself falling into as well. So some of the other benefits of the class that I think were very, very important were just learning to get to know a different group of people in the area. We weren't all from Clay Center, but by the time that the classes were over, we hated to stop meeting because we enjoyed being together. There was just very good participation on the part of each person who persisted. A lot of good ideas. The enthusiasm of the youth was evident, but there were opportunities also for just working together and seeking to kind of encourage each other in our particular businesses. But at any rate, I would, for any other communities that are considering entering into partnership with Wichita State on the Growing Rural Business, I would commend it highly to them. I would encourage them to work very hard to get people to participate. There were plenty of others that could have benefited from this if they had just taken the time to do so. But we as a business had 2 participants, and we felt it was worth the cost very much to do that.